Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket RX. With Rocket RX, you have freedom to access FDA-approved medication on your terms for a lower price than branded alternatives. With Rocket RX, it's delivered in 2 days. No more waiting in line and no in-person appointment needed. Get proven prescription treatments delivered straight to your door in plain, discreet packaging. Head over to rocketrx.com and use the code BALD for 40% off your first order. Terms and conditions apply.
The offer 40% off your first order is only available once for new customers and cannot be combined with other offers. The offer is not available for prescriptions.
Hi.
This is the kind of beat that go ra-ta-ta,
Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Sex be so good, I say.
blah, blah, blah.
When I take my thong off, my ass goes boo.
Ass go,
I love that shit.
you know.
And I'm wearing an American flag thong right now.
And the thing is, it's fun.
It's super fun and it's creative.
It grows the economy. Hurts nobody. Helps everybody. You know,
What about gray ass corpse Biden's ceasefire speech? Mama, that was a mannequin doing AI.
you know, he's not in the without being ageist, he's not in the age group for my dream president. My dream president is about 35.
Sweetie darling, we don't have to be ageist to say that. It's not ageist to say you don't want the Crypt Keeper as commander in chief.
Yeah. This is what I don't like.
Okay.
And
I'm happy to tell you that it's a ceasefire.
What I don't like- what I don't like is, okay, you have to be 35 to run for president in the United States, but if you run for president at 35, they say you're too young.
Yeah.
It reminds me of in pageant world where no matter how good you do, if you haven't competed a few
not your
years, you
year.
can't win. It's not her year.
Or it's like, how do I get a job? The experience. Well, I don't. How do you get experience, but you can't get a job? You know what I mean?
Yes. Mary, do you know what Miss Pam Bondi?
No.
Baby, don't get me started. Miss Pam Bondi, they got her up there on the stand and they said, so true or false, Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. These people won't even say. They're like, well, Joe Biden was elected president. And they're like, no, that's not what I asked you. I need you to say on camera in front of God and everyone that you agree. And they like won't say
Is
it.
that what the thing with JD Vance was doing? All that word salad.
Girl, the word salad.
He was
This is-
doing old country buffet salad bar.
Okay, I'm Republican and you're Democratic. Ask me if I like orange juice or apple. Do I like orange or apple?
Mr. Vance, which do you prefer, apple juice or orange juice?
Well, you know, in my 18 years as a prosecutor, I have found that apple juice and orange juice are two things that many Americans like. You know, I remember growing up in Missouri, my mom giving me apple juice in the morning before I went to school. And, you know, when I was deployed and I was, you know, fighting for the rights of Americans, we were having apple juice in spider holes.
Yeah.
And so I guess I want to say that
Orange
apple
juice.
juice and orange juice are both important drinks.
That's
And then
actually
you
not,
go.
That's not the question. I need you to answer either or. So one or the other. Do you like apple juice or do you like orange juice? Which do you prefer?
Well, Congresswoman, I would like to assert once again that I would just defer to the president-elect United States
so
about their...
Excuse me, we're not deferring to anybody. It's a simple question. Apple or orange?
Can I say that this isn't even realistic because we stopped to listen to each other? I don't know what's wrong with my brain, but the same as at the DMV, how I couldn't read the screen while people were talking. When I am watching a debate where two people are both talking, it makes me want to get up there and no matter what side I'm on, I want to slap both of them across the face.
I want to Mangione them all.
Girl, it's just too much. It's too much.
Well, I liked when they started cutting their mics off, but also I guess it's probably naive and a little Pollyanna to think that you're ever going to get a straight answer out of any politician.
I think that sometimes they should replace them with red and green, like yes, no, a button. No talking, just hit a button.
Multiple choice.
Right. Because like, oh, do you believe that, you know, do you believe in...
Cunty, SAT style debate.
Well, celebrities do this too, which I don't like because they'll be like, oh, do you believe that men should, do you believe that same-sex marriage should be legal? And they say something like, I believe everyone should be able to love who they want to love.
Yeah, that's wasn't
not
the
a fucking
question.
answer, ho. That's not a fucking answer. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's like, do you, is it true or false? You go to France every summer. Well, I love Maine.
Right.
It's like, what?
Right.
What?
Do you believe that, are you a vegetarian? Well, I think that all types of food taste good. Like, I can't fucking take it. I can't.
Multiple choice, yes or no. I think we should boil it down, dumb it down.
But I think if you're a celebrity, let's say you're Beyonce, and people are asking you political questions, it's not your job to answer every question, so you can word salad.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to be the president or whatever.
I would say slay on say.
Right. Seance. Do you believe in ghosts? But if you're a political figure where
you got to get into the truth. You got to get into your opinion. You have to have a stance.
In all these positions where the pay is so low that the only people who will do it are people who come from generational wealth. Like it's so whack. I live in a fear. I think it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
The only person I like when they do that is RuPaul. Because that's ambrosia salad. Like, I love when RuPaul's like, well, you know what, honey, you better get out there and make them laugh because you know what? This is your moment, diva. I love that.
And also she's like, here's how to change a tire.
The parallel parking video.
Mary, all her car videos, you cannot come for them instructional. She breaks it down, A, B, C, D, and E, you know what to do.
I love RuPaul so fucking much.
I love vehicular Paul.
Girl, do you know how bad at the DMV? You know how bad I wanted somebody in a curly wig to turn on and be Ru in just a wig?
Yeah,
because I love when RuPaul just puts a wig on.
Drive.
RuPaul's little characters on Reels, which TikTok's going away.
Oh yeah, let's talk about TikTok.
Let's talk about it. Ironic that it's TikTok when you're in the final hours on the clock. Boop.
TikTok, Clary's TikTok. Little Catherine's in that well.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Well, wait, so are we going to get on the red note?
Okay.
Are we an invasive species on the red note?
I'm on Blue Sky and Redfin. What else do you want me to do?
What's Redfin?
It's like Zillow. It's something else. And I'm on Reddit.
Oh yeah,
I'm on Redfin and Reddit.
If you'd like to see our short form video content that used to be TikToks, you got to follow us on Zillow. Okay, we're going to be posting
every
listings.
6 months. I put a thing up. You can't see it, but it's for me. Anyways,
we're going to be showing hard nipples selling sunset style on the Zillow.
What is?
If I had a Zillow account, my realtor billboard would be me like this in stacked crystal clear shoot with my long square acrylic nails with my pussy lips spread out.
Pushing the curtains
spread
proscenium.
out. And it would say, are you looking to refine, like, are you trying to refinance? And you would be driving on the 101 and you would say, what?
Yeah.
And then you get rear-ended and then you look up and the other billboard says, accidente, accidente, una lamada es todo. Una lamada es todo, baby. Fuck. There's this guy.
Wait, so why TikTok? Why is TikTok going away? Oh, your hands are so freezing.
Well, I think the issue is that before we really knew the depth and breadth of the agreement of TikTok, I think now politicians who are coming into power believe that we were giving away too much information about ourselves.
They're stealing our digital panties.
They're not stealing it. I think we are giving it away, which was fine, but now people coming in are saying, I don't know if I like that.
Mama, all our information is everywhere, all of the time. That Michelle Yeoh movie.
But also since now none of it's apparently ever going to be fact checked ever again, it's sort of like, who cares?
Yeah.
Somebody told me that if I was really woke.org, I would have to jump ship on all the meta. So if there's no TikTok and I'm also not on Instagram and I don't even remember my Facebook login.
Redfin.
I go up to once a week. I'll go on Blue Sky and okay. You tweet on Twitter. What do you do on Blue Sky?
Chirp.
I squirp. I squirp
like a chirp.
I squirp like a chirp. I go on Blue Sky and I squirp and I'll squirp like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Who's here?
What's going on?
Yeah.
It's sort of like walking into a dark room at a sex party and like, caw. Like, I don't know who's anywhere.
Who's head game fire?
Who's around here? Yeah. It's too much.
Is your head game fire?
Head game? Head honcho? Do you know what the song Head Honcho?
Is that about being a really good head?
Okay.
Is that a blowjob expert?
Yes. This is by an artist I like called Kimberly Petrus. On my bone.
Although I think it's slut stuffs.
Yes. And it's a song about her saying how she liked to suck big dick every day.
Every day, all the time.
Yeah.
Every dick everywhere all the time at once.
Right.
Michelle Yeoh.
Did I tell you I watched that movie?
Did you? What did you think about it?
Did we already talk about that?
What did you think about it?
Loved it.
Yeah, okay, good.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. A lot of hard lefts. Had no idea what was going to happen.
The donut, the bagel,
the costumes.
Yeah.
The makeup.
People are
amazing.
People are twisted. People got their Oscar panties twisted up about Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis on the gurney trying to get a SAG or an Oscar nom for her supporting role in The Last Showgirl. People are really not feeling it for her.
You know, I was going to go to the premiere last week and the fires canceled it. I was going to go in a Vegas style costume and try to say hi to Pamela.
I love her. I'm afraid to watch that movie because I don't think I'm going to like it.
Of course we're going to like it. We have to.
Okay.
We have to.
Well, it's going to be better than Amelia Perez.
T.
Sweetie.
If Amelia Perez can get the Golden Globe, I think this movie could make Pamela the president.
Footage of my honeycomb walls drying from a new coat of paint will get better, is more entertaining than Amelia Perez.
I love Jennifer.
Jennifer.
What the fuck's Jennifer? Pamela. Who's Jennifer? Who's Jennifer?
Who is, yeah.
Brain death.
Well, I love
me on the red carpet at her premiere saying, love you, Jennifer.
Everybody's Jennifer.
That's like me with Cynthia. I couldn't have a great year.
You'd be like, don't worry, things will pick up for you.
Yeah. What happens when I see RuPaul next? How's it going, champ? Like, what the fuck am I going to say?
She's like, I don't have a tire iron.
See.
What is her parallel parking video was perfect. The tire, replacing the tire was really good, but you have to have a jack and a tire.
Right.
And then what else did she do?
I think it's really horny when people know how to change things in cars.
Sweetie.
It's really horny.
Erect. Turgid.
2.5 inches.
Of 3.
Pencil
pushing 3.
thin.
Pushing 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Squeezing up to 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exploding. All the blood down there. Yeah.
Girl, I had to do my injection this week, my Cimzia for my arthritis. Once a month, got to do 2 real syringes.
No, what do you mean by real syringe?
So I used to do the stabber, the button, like an EpiPen.
Happy Christmas.
The new one comes in disposable syringes preloaded, where you alcohol the skin in the belly.
This is a
and you
diabetic
stab
needle,
at a
right?
45-degree angle.
This is a diabetic needle, right?
And so what if it is?
Because you can't even feel that shit, mama.
Honey,
Sweetie.
Cimzia is the consistency of like syrup.
Can you pull it up on your phone? Because I want to see what gauge it is. I really do. Because my
phone.
brief flirtation with HGH, what's it called?
Can my just like non-binary T be valid for squirting in the butt or squirting in the stomach?
What's it called?
Cimzia, Cimzia. It's a TNF, tumor necrosis factor inhibitor. This is what people listen for, to find out what.
Yeah, what gauge is this needle? We need to know.
You're not
People have
buying
a
it?
right to know. Okay. Disposing.
You can't wait to Google it and invalidate my T.
Mama, your non-binary
T is
T is coming back
invalid.
invalid.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I can say I see it. Okay, I think I'm gonna rescind my commentary.
That's what I'm fucking saying, bitch. You love to mimish
Oh
me.
no. Sweetie, that ain't shit. That ain't shit, girl. Okay, it's a little more than shit. It's not quite as a diabetic needle is like very small. It's a very thin gauge needle, and it's teeny tiny.
Yeah, fuck the diabetic.
No, but like if you do HGH, you pinch a little bit of fat, and you're supposed to do it like. I was told I was supposed to do it like 5 a.m. So like you wake up, you set an alarm, and then you're so tired, you stick yourself and go back to bed. I don't know if that was true, but that's what I did. But the point is I was able to do that because I felt like nothing. Like it was so just nothing. It's
That's
like,
not me.
no, that can see this is a longer needle and probably a thicker gauge.
Can I tell you what I do during the injection?
Scream.
I go.
And where do you get?
Like I scream the whole time. Today's episode of Bald is brought to you guys by our friends at Hungry Root. Hungry Root is like having a personal nutritionist. They take care of the stressful meal planning each week by recommending delicious recipes tailored to your tastes, nutrition preferences, and health goals. I gotta tell you guys, I love cooking. You know I love cooking. But my skill level and my like comfortability with certain foods, I'm never one to like take myself to the grocery store and pick up ingredients I've never used before. I've read that in magazines where people are like, pick up an ingredient you don't even know what it is and just go for it. And I'm like, girl, I don't have time to ruin my food. Like I kind of need a guiding hand. Hungry Root makes it easy to eat high quality, nutritious food and achieve any diet goals and helps you by tailoring recipes for various lifestyles. I am a vegetarian person. Sometimes I even feel vegan. It comes and goes with the wind. Sometimes I do gluten-free, but I've always been vegetarian. And you guys can't imagine how much, vegetarian people, you know how much it immediately eliminates like 80% of your options for food wherever you are. And that's why for me, I don't like have a huge love affair with restaurants. I love cooking for myself because I want to be able to make whatever I want. Planning meals can be really simple and stress-free. I mean, you just talk about your goals and your preferences, and they fill your cart with personalized recommendations. And yeah, you also get to give feedback about what you liked or didn't love or whatever. There's no high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, or preservatives in any of Hungry Root's food. That is actually so fierce. They only source top quality meat and seafood free of hormones and antibiotics. All Hungry Roots recipes can be made in 15 minutes or less, with over 15,000 recipes shipped each week. There's something for every taste and nutrition preference. So I ordered like a bunch of random stuff to start because I wasn't sure what I was interested in lately. I have no way of predicting what I'm going to be in the mood for. I go through like a week where I just want like noodles or just want rice or just want one thing, and then I like move on. But I got the teriyaki tofu and broccoli rice noodles. I know how to make like, Italian food noodles, but I don't have a lot of experience cooking like for an Asian dish. I don't really have a lot of experience doing that. And I feel like as a vegetarian, I'm always like, well, how do I create this where it's not just going to be pieces of tofu with noodles, which is what it kind of ends up being. These tofu bites it came with and how it all put, like it was pad see ew rice noodles with like a teriyaki vibe. It was delicious. You are going to love Hungry Root. Okay, take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box. Plus, get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/bald and use code BALD. That's hungryroot.com/bald, code BALD to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/bald, code BALD.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. If you're like me and you want to really expand your new chicken rental business, you're going to need a really great website. It's impossible to accurately show how effing cute your silky chickens are without HD videos and high-res photos. So, a few weeks ago, I set about creating the website of my dreams, all with Squarespace. They have an amazing new tool I use when designing an entire section of the site devoted to my top-performing chicken, Hennifer Aniston. She has gorgeous feathers and her eggs make any omelet taste 1,000 times better. Listen, I would love to introduce you to Design Intelligence from Squarespace, combining 2 decades of industry-leading expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design Intelligence empowers anyone, even a moron like me, to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to your unique needs and craft a bespoke brand identity to use across one's entire online presence. But that's not all. Say you want to self-publish a beautiful cookbook featuring all the egg recipes one can prepare when using the eggs from my legion of rental chickens. You can use Squarespace payments to sell that thing and make enough money to expand your business to a second location in Palm Springs, a known rental chicken desert. It's the easiest way to manage your payments in one place. You can get started in just a few clicks and start receiving payments right away. Plus, give your customers more ways to pay with popular payment methods like Klarna, ACH Direct Debit, Apple Pay, and Afterpay. And after you've launched, let's say you need help with marketing for the new Palm Springs branch of Katya's Cluckers. Well, Squarespace has so many features to help drive sales and engage your audience with creative email campaigns that you'll be the rental chicken king of Southern California in no time. So if you need a new website, go ahead and check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/bald to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/bald to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Speaking of screaming, what did we watch last night, Ho?
Well, that's
Bees on the Dick?
Okay.
Bees on the Dick.
Well, we turned off Amelia Perez. We kind of got the clip. We finished Amelia Perez. And then I said, well, we're all sitting here in a group. One of the only films I own on iTunes is Jackass from 2022.
Yeah.
So we turn it on. And it's Bees on the Dick.
Mama, Bees on the Dick.
I had scorpion biting the dick. It's a lot of dick things.
It was a lot of ball trauma. We had bloody balls.
Yeah.
We had a lot of rough housing. We had a lot of like moments I had to look away, and I had to bail once the pig semen came out.
Oh yeah. So they get a bunch of pig semen and they're going to drink it. And that's when
I had to just listen. I love the Terrifier, but there's always the Bridge to Terabithia. I can't do that one. It's a bridge too far for me. Did you watch that? It's so disgusting.
The thought of drinking it, I honestly think you just have to do it. Like they were smelling it first. I'm like, that's worse.
No. You say this is whole milk from a dairy, and you just I can't even. I can't though. I
disgusting.
can't. Yeah.
It's disgusting.
But what if they said this was faye? This was gorgeous faye.
Do you swallow cum when you do sex?
Mary, the last time I've had cum in my, I couldn't tell you the last time I had jizz in my mouth.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen a penis before. No, I honestly, I have to be so head over heels.
What?
Like I have to be so it have to be Tom Hardy, and he has to love me that he can jizz all over my mouth. But I don't particularly care for, especially some of the men that I've been with, the consistency and the
viscosity.
The viscosity, thank you. The thickness and the consistency of their jizz is not exactly edible. I like a more watery spray because then that's just like Dasani.
Right.
But I don't want faye, globs of faye yogurt on my face and in my mouth.
Greek yogurt.
Chunky.
Yeah.
Expired.
I have my tonsils out and I have 2 little sperm banks back there. To me, if you're going to suck it and you're not going to swallow it, to me, that's.
I would jerk it and then go, and have it go all
I
over my
hate
face.
that. If you're ever fucking me, don't pull it. Don't slap it on the tongue. We're not doing.
I would rather you just come in my ass. Just come in my ass. Come in my ass.
I'm not doing that either.
What?
Not with strangers.
Oh, I'm not talking about strangers. I'm talking about Tom Hardy.
Oh, your lover, the person who loves you.
No, come in my ass.
Isn't he engaged to Zendaya now? Do you know about that?
No. They broke up. Girl, we've been together for 3 months.
Is that wrong?
No, he's not. Zendaya, Tom Holland.
Tom Hardy. I'm sorry.
Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
You know, my mom reads People magazine and she tells me bits and pieces.
She showed up that rock at the Golden Globes. I don't like. I mean, if it's
I love a pregnancy reveal. Remember when Beyonce was like dancing, singing?
whack. What are you gonna do?
When I get pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to keep it because I have realized how expensive adoption is. I'm not saying birth is cheap, but goddamn, they got you, bitch. And let me tell you, the adoption agencies, they don't take Kohl's Cash. They don't take Delta Sky Miles.
They don't, baby. They don't take that. You cannot. They don't take coupons of the Old Country Buffet.
Yeah, I mean, the more the wealth gap does this, they're really walking around to these orphans saying, well, you better hope someone rich comes along. Like, who can afford to adopt?
Billionaires? My fucking bougie gay friends.
It's wild.
Wild. It's wild boots. Getting back to drinking cum, I want to talk more about it.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's sort of a form of birth control.
Interesting.
Hot loads. Everyone loves to take hot loads. Everyone loves to take hot loads.
Do people love hot loads in the mouth? I thought they want to get bread in the ass. I hate bread in the ass. Rye, sourdough.
Bread in the ass.
Baguette.
I don't know. You know what Brandon said to me once? He said,
I don't like the expression breed, by the way. Just
no. Brandon said, when you bottom, do you feel like you're being given something or having something taken away from you?
Your life is about to change forever.
Yeah.
That's really dark, what you just said.
He asked me that and I don't know the answer.
That is so dark.
I don't know the answer.
That is chilling. That's a chilling statement or question. Do you feel that you've earned something?
Well, we live in Los Angeles with the killers.
No,
the people we know who have sex are the killers.
No, they're the sewers.
The sewers. The pump and dumpers. The no loads refused.
This is
the cum in the eye socket.
They are drainage grates.
Yeah. The LA River of semen. It's the LA River of semen.
They are putting the moisture back in that dried out river.
Can I just say too, I wish that, you know when you go to Starbucks and you're like, oh, can I have that without foam? I wish if you weren't trying to have a baby, you could just like turn off the cum. I guess you can get
vasectomy, sweetie.
So when you have a vasectomy, does no semen come out?
No. You ejaculate. They're just it's like clip of the vas deferens, I think, where there's the sperm and the.
So there's ejaculate, but there's no sperms.
Yeah, there's no pregnancy possibility.
So it's like non-dairy.
Sweetie, darling, if I was the president of the USA, before you get your driver's license, you get a vasectomy. Boop.
But you remember when we watched Love is Blind and they talked about vasectomies because apparently they're not always reversible.
Who cares?
Well, the person who wants to have a baby.
Mom, get real.
Because you know that the straight guys are obsessed with their own DNA. They're obsessed with, they want to have their own baby.
But that's why you as a woman, you do some creative fudging. It's like on White Lotus. When she's like fucked her trainer and those are her real kids. Love that shit.
Do you think that if you were heterosexual, would have already had a baby?
Sweetie, am I a heterosexual man or woman?
Does it matter?
Yes.
Because it takes both to have one. So
No, but I mean, as a woman, I have a very different conception of having a baby. My sister just had her second.
So what do you think if you were a woman?
No.
You would have never had one ever.
No.
What if you were a boy?
No.
So what did it matter?
It just does.
Oh, does that fucking
the
matter?
procedure matters a great deal because tubes tied or balls snipped, not balls snipped, but vasectomy. Mama, vasectomy before a passport. Vasectomy before puberty. Vasectomy before 8th grade French trip. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like
No,
because I don't
I'm
want
not
to use
doing that
I didn't want to use
unless
condoms, and I want to fuck them pussies raw.
I think most people wouldn't want to have a vasectomy until they have. I think most people probably get it once they've had
My
the
brother,
kids
like,
they want to have.
Perhaps like my brother, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Because let me tell you, they just want the people. Can I tell you
It's
something?
an outpatient procedure, Mama.
People want hot
Their progeny.
loads. They want to take hot loads.
Yes. Wait, but gay men.
No, I'm talking about straight people.
Oh,
As well. They want to take that. They might not be wanting to have a baby, but they want the hot load.
really? Them girls want them hot loads?
I think they want the hot load.
Girls, chime in.
They want to catch the hot load.
Yeah, comment below how many loads have you caught this.
And the
this
men
season.
want to give the hot load.
Well, that I understand.
Right.
That I understand.
Even if they're not trying for a baby and everyone's on the pill and the condoms, I think they still want the hot load, the urge to deliver the hot load.
But it's just like, okay, we have the vasectomy, which is an outpatient procedure. Yeah, perhaps it's not 100% effective, but it's so easy peasy lemon squeezy. Or you have girls going through rigmarole, getting their birth control. Yes, sometimes their skin, it gets better, but there's a whole lot of side effects. It's a lot of drama.
Right.
You know what I mean? Versus one procedure, months of drama. One procedure.
But not
months of
having
drama.
sex isn't the option because people want the hot load.
Right.
They
so
want to
you get the
deposit the hot
vasectomy
load.
and you can spray all them loads up that pussy.
Right.
Have you ever tied like a cord into a knot? You just untie it.
Well, I only learned mostly about it from that Love is Blind, where that guy was like, we are afraid of having a baby, but she doesn't want to be on birth control and I don't want a vasectomy. So what do we do?
You say, boo-boo, you're going to get the vasectomy. Or you ain't getting this, you ain't putting any hot loads in this puss-puss. This puss-puss is going to be barren, cold, and loadless.
It's kind of nice that we haven't had to worry about getting pregnant our whole life or giving pregnancy.
No, just AIDS. No, I mean, do you worry about AIDS? Do you think about AIDS?
I don't have any at-risk like behaviors.
Yeah. Me neither.
I don't have unprotected sex, especially not with people not monogamous with.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel like I've ever been in great like line of fire.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the word.
I know what you mean. At risk.
At risk, yeah.
But you know what? You know what's so crazy? This is a huge shock, I'm sure, to everybody. I love having sex with myself, and I.
Yeah, and also I know my facts about, I worked at the makeup counter. We had World AIDS Day, and it was like, I know my facts about like
Transmission.
the type of sex acts I can have that are not high risk for HIV.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm not worried about it. I always
know what to
consider
do.
myself in the know.
Knowledgeable.
Because I feel like the pendulum has swung back the other way where I think probably the young gay men now, it probably seems like a disease of a relic of the past.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's also a locational thing because every time I go out of town, Mom, the condoms are on the table. Like in other countries.
Right.
Condoms are very much on the table. Perhaps maybe due to like a lack of access to doxypep and PrEP and PEP and all that shit. But condoms are very much still on the table.
Have you ever taken doxypep?
No.
I
never
heard an
taken
ad
PrEP.
yesterday that marketed it as the morning after pill for chlamydia. I thought that was a little wild to say.
That is true, but also
It made it a little too like, just do this.
Yeah, but also there's other stuff.
But also it's good to know that if you were exposed, that if that's how your brain remembers it, it probably saves you, helps you.
I mean, I think we've evolved a long way past going insane from syphilis, although it does still happen.
It surely does.
But you know what? I'm not going to give myself syphilis when I'm doing me, myself, and I.
Also, syphilis can live latent in your body without symptoms for
Tertiary
a long time.
syphilis.
A long time.
Yeah. I love being, I love knowing I love knowing how to take care of me. You know what I mean? I am at like this.
Nobody can fuck me like me.
No, seriously.
Ooh, I
though.
love when I fuck me.
Ooh, I put on that little negligee that I just
Oops,
made.
there goes my shirt up over my head. Put me up on the pool table and just fuck myself. Ooh.
And then I watch footage of it. I
Just
clap.
fuck me. Ooh.
Yeah, fuck me.
Tear that pussy up like old newspaper because it was built right. No way.
No, but I know people who are, you know, they have this feeling of like, it's a loneliness. It's a yearning. It's like, oh, I need to have sex. I want to have sex. I need to search it out. Masturbation is not a good option B, a good plan B. Sweetie, masturbation is always option number one. Sex is like number two.
We got to bring back the masturbating with others.
Oh, yes. That's fabulous too.
It's the best of both worlds.
Although, are you doing pornos or what? Because I don't like that.
You don't need to watch porn. You're in the room with someone with their genitals out. Why are you going to watch the news? Or like the porn.
BBC
Someone's
World
here
Service.
naked.
We're watching Christiane Amanpour stroking it.
Yes.
We're just talking about Syria. No, okay. So that I like. I don't like watching porn with people.
No.
Because girl, we ain't got the same
But
taste.
you know who loves that?
Who?
Straight guys love that. Straight guys love, when I was hooking up with straight
Really?
guys. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm traumatized too because you know who loves that? Tweakers.
Well,
Like on multiple
and they
screens.
want the marathon. They want,
Multiple screens, and it's never good.
yeah, they want all of it.
Oh, it's rot.
Like in a comic book when the mastermind has a wall of TVs.
Yeah.
They
like
want that
back-
with
back
like,
it-
well, we got Sean Cody. We got, you know.
Randy Blue.
Yeah.
We got
blacked.com. We got
Vixen. We got Tushy.
Yes, we got everything.
We got broke straight guys or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even more stroke guys who've never had two goddamn red cents to rub together.
We got tweaker.com.
Yeah. What level broke do you want for the straight guys? Because we have every
man.
financial bracket.
Beefcake Hunter. Wedding cake farts. This episode is sponsored by ZocDoc. When I look back at 2024, do you know what I remember most? Excuses, excuses, excuses. We all make them. For instance, when was the last time you needed to go to a doctor, but you pushed it off? You pick from a litany of excuses such as, I'm too busy, it'll heal on its own, my scrotum is supposed to be the same shade of yellow as my aunt's famous vanilla lemon squares. Even if your little beanbag isn't looking like a shiny lemon at the supermarket these days, booking a doctor's appointment can feel ridiculously daunting. But thanks to ZocDoc, there's no reason to delay. They make it so easy to find and book a doctor who's right for you. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. They have over 100,000 doctors from literally any specialty, including dental, mental, and other entals that you can think of. You can filter for doctors who take your specific insurance, who are located close to your home if you hate driving, or have specific office hours to match your crazy schedule. And most importantly, you can find doctors who are highly rated by real-life verified patients. You can even see their real-time appointment openings, choose a time that works for you, and instantly book a visit with just a few clicks. You can even score same-day appointments in many cases. The best part is that ZocDoc is completely free to use. You can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors with ease, which is why I love ZocDoc. I may or may not have sprained my ankle on New Year's Eve while doing a ceremonial dance before the feast of the Roman god Janus, and let me tell you, ZocDoc helped me find the best doctor in my area and book them fast. If I can find a great doctor, so can you. And all because of ZocDoc. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/bald to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/bald. ZocDoc.com/bald.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket RX. With Rocket RX, you have freedom to access FDA-approved medication on your terms for a lower price than branded alternatives. Let me tell you guys, I unfortunately have chronic illness and I have had to really learn a lot about how the healthcare system, getting medicine, affording medicine, making sure medicines cost the right thing. I mean, it's really a whole spiel. But if you don't get it taken care of, it throws off your whole, health situation. With Rocket RX, it's delivered in 2 days. No more waiting in line and no in-person appointment needed. Get proven prescription treatments delivered straight to your door in plain, discreet packaging. Rocket RX is prescribed by a U.S. clinical team. So to complete a Rocket RX consultation, all you need to do is answer our quick online medical questions. Your answers are then reviewed by our U.S. clinical team, who will decide if you're eligible for treatment and which medication is best for you. You guys, some of my medicines for arthritis have to be delivered and you have to be home to receive them. And sometimes I'm traveling. Like if you don't get your life right with your medication, it can get really complicated. Head over to rocketrx.com and use the code BALD for 40% off your first order. Terms and conditions apply.
The offer 40% off your first order is only available once for new customers and cannot be combined with other offers. The offer is not available for prescriptions.
Everyone, it's gotten so analog now. I think it's spun back because now it's just live streaming jerking off in a parking lot. I think porn when I was coming up in high school and I was stealing porn off the internet before I was 18, it was fantasy lighting, spray tan to hell,
Sweetie.
Not a hair on anyone's body. And now the porn has gone back to it's girls on HBO.
It's
the overhead gray lighting.
It's not Blair Witch Country.
Blair Witch Project.
It is Blair Witch Project. It's Paranormal Activity.
It's the Blair Dick Project.
Paranormal Sextivity.
Paranormal Sextivity.
It is. So
it's sort of Parks and Rec. It's sort of like mockumentary style.
Jim Halper goes with his dick out.
Yeah. I wish.
Well, I shoot in the last, I don't know what, 2, 3, maybe even a month. I haven't watched any porn at all. Mama, I got the telenovelas on lock. We got serials going on, multi-episodic storylines, or simple JPEG or a GIF of Jason Momoa's butt. That's all. I've gone way back to like PG. No, but I just, the reset, it is like we're so oversaturated or over. I know I talk about this all the time.
Blown out pussy holes. We have blown up. But our mental cow pussies are
overstimulated, you know? Yeah. And so I'm trying, naturally it happens where I'm like, okay, so I just enjoyed a super 4K, 86-inch, crystal clear
where I could see the pores on someone's pussy hole.
Yeah. I could go in there with a hysterectomy. Yeah.
It's medical.
It's wild. It's so stimulating that I'm just like, oh my God, I need a reset. So that's when I just go to literally JPEGs of nude men in a movie.
Right.
And I'm like, ooh.
Or it's the gray shorts, but they actually never come off.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
Love that. It's the tease. It's the taste.
It's the art of the tease.
Yeah.
Dita Von Teese doesn't get to be Dita Von Teese by walking out there completely nude with all the lights on.
Mary, speaking of that bitch, I was watching clips of her Vegas show.
She eats.
There is not one crumb left at that buffet any day.
No.
That fucking bitch just goes chomp, chomp.
Did you see clips of Violet at the Crazy Horse?
I love
Girl.
She looks. The lighting, design, the split. I mean, it was just like, it's art, bitch. That fucking whore's doing art up there.
Violet, if you're watching, you might be because you like her.
Yeah.
Great job.
And thank you for flaking on me the other night when we made plans, but I did buy her calendar, cunty.
Damn.
Buy it every year. It's fabulous.
Oh, incredible.
Love it.
Playboy just sent me their calendar for this year, and I opened it, and I guess I didn't realize it was going to be so pussy lips splayed.
Playboy?
It's not pussy lips splayed, but I didn't realize it was going to be full vagina and breasts. I thought it was going to be because it's a calendar kind of like swimsuity.
No.
I opened it at my dining room table and was like, oh my God.
But Playboy gives you lighting down.
Let these women speak.
Lighting down.
Yeah. Really beautiful.
Did you see
photos.
the Hollywood Reporter roundtable with Miss Angelina Jolie and all them other girls?
No.
Lit to the gods.
What was said?
Stuff. But girl, they were so... Miss Angelina
Was Gaga there talking about the fake wine?
Thank God, no.
That's me watching Joker too.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana was there, and I was like, "You shut up." But everybody looked beautiful.
You shut up. Oh, we lost a light.
Get out of here. Oh,
you said Zoe shut up, and the light went out.
Yeah. But Angelina Jolie, I'm gonna pull it up just for the reference. She is, Mama. That woman is otherworldly. Beautiful. It is truly, I mean, look at this.
Yeah, she looks excellent. What a beauty.
Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Insane bone structure. Gorgeous. And
she looks like she was in Girl Interrupted yesterday.
She looks like she's from Janet from another planet because ain't nobody doing it like her. But it's interesting, you know, like I'm not to get gossipy, but I know that her relationship with Mr. Pitt has not been, there's a lot of trauma there. And it was interesting to hear.
I can't relate. Every single relationship I've ever had has always worked out.
Amicable,
So, yep.
jovial, lovely, jubilant. Yeah, but it's really interesting to see, like, hear. I mean, who cares? I guess, but like, you know, when they're like obvious, you can see the pain underneath the language. They're like where they'll give you a little bit like it was a challenging experience, and like you can see behind the eyes that it was horrifying. It's like really tough.
Oh yes,
really tough.
Well, can I say this? When we talked about on the pod, when I let everybody know about my separation last year, I realized having a relationship not go as you plan it to go in the beginning, in the moment you feel like this has only ever happened to me.
Right. Yeah.
But the truth is relationships being, when people are like, well, we got married at 18 and it's been 50 years, that's this much relatable.
Yeah.
And like relationships not working out.
Yeah.
Is something pretty much everybody knows about.
Yeah.
And so in some ways when stars like that level star have to go through that, I'm sure they feel exposed, but also like everybody who watches your movies or listens to your music probably has been through that too.
Yeah.
You're not being alienated from them just because you went through something in a much more public way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm the outlier. I have a model. Of course, they are not perfect. They've had their moments and I'm sure they continue to. My parents married at early 20s and now in their 70.
They've been married like 50 years.
Yes, bitch. Yeah.
Why do you think, why do you think that they go so well together?
Swingers. Because they fuck around with all the other houses in the neighborhood.
Is it kind of swingers if they only fuck me?
No, they are their own best friends.
I think that's the key.
I mean, they are our unit. They're a unit.
Yeah.
You know, and they've just been at it forever and they love you. They're so cunty. My parents are cunt.
Yeah.
They are so cunt.
They also seem to have maintained a health for their age too. So
You kidding me?
Yes. I'm not kidding.
No, I know. They're fab. Yeah.
Like they have high level mobility for people their age too. Like,
and despite my dad's like half bionic, you know, he's doing karate every fucking day at 70 years old. And my mom is just zipping around. She's like the road runner.
you know, I was talking about this on my YouTube channel and I was talking about arthritis and all that. And I have kind of flipped the script on it because after the first like year of like, why me? I was like, we all aspire to live long enough to be in some way a little impaired.
Yeah.
Right? That's why it's sad when people die young.
Yeah.
We hope when we die, we have like, we live long enough to have like a bum knee.
It's like what Jack Nicholson says in Witches of Eastwick. When I die, I want to be sick. You know, all these guys busted their balls to stay fit. When I die, I want to be sick. It makes sense.
Right.
You know, I want to ride it till the wheels fall off.
Ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
And that's what you're kind of doing with your smoking.
Excuse me. I would love to have you know that I have, and this is consistent and true, I have been averaging 5 or under.
Andrew told me you've been smoking like 3 a day.
That's about the average. Mary, I went 5 days without, 5 days a couple weeks ago, 3 days a couple days ago, no cigarettes.
The fires burned up all your cigarettes. You're just outside. Remember,
I was like,
girl, when she walked out on the patio to go smoking and the hills were on fire, were you just like, this is the good stuff?
I was like, this feels a little in bad taste.
I think you should start growing tobacco and then starting sections of your fields on fire and just walking outside.
Well, I told you about that time I was up in Mount Washington with a cigarette in dry season, and this woman looked at me like I was murdering her baby and fucking the head.
She's kind of right.
Those dagger eyes were like, you get out of here.
She's kind of right.
She was absolutely right, but she was wrong, assuming that I was going to flick that thing in the head. What are you fucking nuts, bitch?
My favorite
I'm a smoker. I'm born in the game.
Right.
I know what happens with lit cigarettes.
Right.
I'm going to put it in my mouth and then I'm going to bury it.
Bunch of nuts. I love when smokers you're in the car with a smoker and they go, do you mind if I smoke? I'll open the window. And you go, yeah, this is my car. I have no say, but you're being polite. When I tell you that window gets opened, a credit card amount, this much.
Smoke in the car with
baby,
you?
of course, everyone.
That is so rude.
Well, I think of like high school.
Oh,
I think of sitting in the back seat of like the cool girl's car where she's like, my fucking dad. You know what I mean? Like whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I was in a car with my childhood best friend and he took a whole McDonald's bag and threw it out in the street. That's murder. That's
I
the
would
killer.
rather you pull out the crack pipe.
Yeah.
Than
And make me smoke it.
I think littering is...
It's unconscionable.
It is. It is.
Now, I'll say this. Flicking a cigarette, I've been known to do it. It's a weird loophole. It's not, I don't agree. It's littering. Point, full stop. But when you take a full Happy Meal and all them fries and a Coke and put it in the bag and then toss it out into the middle of the street,
Yeah.
you should be jailed for 5 years.
Yeah. Ask me as a Republican if I've ever littered.
Now, Senator, as a Republican, as a member of the Republican Party, have you ever littered?
Congresswoman, as I said earlier to some of my constituents who are here today, littering, you know, is something that has always been here and will always be here. And it's our job to find out more about it, find out ways to build around it, plan for the future, support those systems in place, and reach out to those communities that are in need.
Especially women.
And then
Young
they go,
women.
but do you litter?
Well, see,
As I said, Congresswoman, like, I can't. It shouldn't be allowed.
I know.
It shouldn't be fucking allowed.
I think it's
You
SAT
should go-
style.
Somebody should go, give me this. Somebody should go like, I noticed you didn't answer any of the questions, so you should just leave and you're fired.
Bam.
Like,
Bam.
what job do you have where you can just not do parts of the job?
Wrong person.
Besides you.
Wrong person to
Right.
ask.
Right. My thought is, if you're the type of person where you know, all right, I don't ever want to be in a situation where I get asked hard questions and I have to look bad for what I believe.
Then you're not a civil
Maybe you
servant.
shouldn't be a civil servant.
No.
Why don't you go do podcasting? That's what we do.
Why don't you go be a fucking 4chan conspiracy blogger?
do that?
Yeah. Macrame.
Do that.
So open a pottery store.
Do anything.
Leggings. Start
Leggings.
a pyramid scheme. Anything. Literally a drug deal. I don't know. It's wild.
Do you think GameStop is going to go away?
I'm not sure even what that is.
I
It sounds like
I think that
GameStart, maybe
obviously
they
the
should
internet is
rebrand.
eating like brick and mortars. It should be GameStart.
yeah.
Or Game Continue.
Is it like Blockbuster?
It's like a store for video game stuff. You go buy a Switch, a PlayStation.
So get me
you go-
into the. So I continuously bowled over by the revelation that the video game industry dwarfs Hollywood and TV. So how is GameStop going out of business?
Does that mean dwarf meaning it's bigger or it makes
Bigger.
It is. Oh wow.
combined?
It is?
Yes.
Really?
The video game industry makes more money than Hollywood, cinema and television.
That makes me happy.
It's it's crazy because I never play video game.
Well, I think people's idea of video games is Duck Hunt. But
No.
video
They're
games are
wild.
like heavy storytelling. There's writing, there's acting, there's animation, there's original scores.
There's bones sticking out.
There's bones sticking out. I think it should make more money.
Well, they are extremely cinematic now. I mean,
It's amazing.
I bopped off when Sega Genesis went from 2D to 3D. I couldn't handle that.
Do you get car sick from? People get car sick from playing games that are in 4D. You know, like
I've never played it in a car because we never had Sega Genesis in a car. It's got to be hooked up to the TV. You know what I
Sega
mean?
Genesis.
And we blew on the cartridges.
Sega. That makes me think of like being young in like rural Wisconsin. My cousin being like, "Do you guys want to play Sega?"
I mean, it was literally a step up from Nintendo.
Yeah, Sega was fierce.
Listen,
Sega-
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
boop,
Street Fighter still
Sonic the
exists.
Hedgehog. Well, and so does Mortal Kombat. And baby, you could get anybody. You could get Martha Stewart playing. You could get
Yeah,
you
you
could get
can.
Freddy Krueger, Martha Stewart. You could get Charles Grodin.
Oh yes, Luigi. Luigi.
Yes. Any player will go like.
Did you say Charles Grodin?
Charles Grodin versus Martha Stewart in
Girl.
Ultimate Fighting.
Martha fucking Stewart. I live for Martha
I
Stewart.
love that dog, baby.
She
Gobbled it.
eats.
Gobbled it. She's like, why are you cutting that orange with a little knife? Use a big knife, you fucking idiot. Love that shit.
She's probably right.
Of course she was. Yeah. You're gonna go into Martha Stewart kitchen clueless? You better get out of there, baby.
Don't do it, Jackie.
No.
I've been cooking a lot.
What are you cooking?
Everything. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Recently,
For real?
yes. Recently, I've been doing a type of eggs where I buy buttermilk because I know you can use it in a lot of different ways, but I'm too idiot to know what it is. So lately, I've been using the Google Gemini to be like, I have eggs, buttermilk, and spinach.
Yeah.
Help me make a recipe.
And it does. It helps you.
Yes.
Will you go to Lon Noodles with me, baby?
Lon noodles?
Yeah. You want some authentic Chinese noodles that will blow your mind?
Lon noodle? How do you spell it?
LAN.
And who would play her?
Lana Del Rey.
You know, I remember hearing we missed DragCon. UK.
God. UK.
UK.
Pouring out.
Remember that we were
pouring
asked
over that
we were
whore.
going to go maybe. We didn't go. Remember?
Oh, to do it. This.
We were going to do a pod there.
Let me-
yeah.
all due respect to Miss DragCon, She's firmly in the past.
It's also with all due respect to the people who do it, it's hard. Pour one out for the queens who have the bunions after the weekend, exhausted,
the
broke,
bunions, the
career in shambles.
Yeah, friends, none.
Fat,
They go
broken,
home
nasty.
to nothing and to no one.
DragCon is hard.
It is hard, and it's hard in a way that the average Joe just can't even conceive of. It's like, it's
The thing is, like, if you're in a Marvel movie, I'm not saying this is nothing. You just show up in your jean jacket and you sign, you take your flat rate, you get paid to be there.
Yeah.
And you sign 8x10s of your character that you didn't have to print off.
Yeah.
In your jean jacket.
Oh, at Comic-Con?
Yes.
Yes, totally.
What did I say?
You said at a Marvel movie?
Oh, I sorry, I meant Comic-Con.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not saying.
Oh, yeah, Elvira doesn't show up as Elvira.
And they get to just sign the lovely things and go home.
Yeah.
They don't have a booth.
No, baby.
They don't have
they
a
got
booth.
security.
No, they just do a signing.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Cunty.
that DragCon, some of us should do it more, and we should embrace the freedom of just showing up for an hour, maybe out of drag, just sign it and leave.
I would do that.
I would do it out of drag.
Consider that if this is going to sound maybe smarmy, but like, I'll just say it. DragCon UK gives the girls a rate sometimes, whereas DragCon US snatches a rate from you. Yeah. So sometimes you get paid to show up at these cons, different cons. Others
that's what I mean. I think at certain sci-fi cons they book them like a flat rate to appear.
Of course, because you're drawing the people in,
and then you don't really bring merch because you're like, well,
you don't have
it's
to.
Easy.
You don't have to. The pressure's off. But I would show up if someone gave me a little chunk of change. I would show up in a nice little outfit, have you put a little boy makeup on me, and then sign some photographs.
Also, like if you're at a Comic-Con, let's say you were a voice actor from a cartoon, you're not
going to show up as Marge Simpson.
You get to just show up in a t-shirt for
homie.
For The Simpsons. If you're from the wear your Simpsons t-shirt, kiss the babies. DragCon is hard because God, it's so early. The drag, the long day in drag, having to set up a booth, the lighting,
the lack of egress,
the access to a bathroom,
no smoking. Maybe I told you there was 9/11, there was World War II, and there was the Javits Center.
The Javits Center.
When the second plane hit the tower, Mama, when that person told me there was no smoking at the Javits Center, I was like, 9/11. This is 9/11.
This is my Amelia Perez.
It was. You should have seen my face went gray and my eyes crossed, and I almost left.
Remember that year you almost did a hospital bed?
I think that was that year.
Did you do a hospital bed?
No, because then I'd feel trapped.
It was on wheels. Somebody can just get you out of there.
Yeah, they could roll me down to smoke. But when I seriously, it's like, imagine you were like out of the hospital and you broke both your legs and you needed this a fluid I don't know. You just needed something that was going to keep you alive.
Transfluid? What did you just say? My gender is transfluid. What did you just say?
I can't come up with a proper analogy.
Girl, how do the people in the medical shows? You play a doctor on a medical show, and you as an actor have to memorize, well, they have hypertachycardia, skin upgrade. Like,
or what about
I walk in and be like, I'd look right at the camera and go, she's sick.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, you're gonna die.
Like that's all I could get together.
I'm so, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm so sorry. She did,
girl. So she was not doing good, and then she did worse, and now she's better because she's in heaven.
Yeah. Her skin a mess. Her booty is nasty. She shit the bed. I gotta go.
Oh gosh, I couldn't do. I mean, I don't know how real doctors do it, and I certainly don't know how actors playing doctors and nurses.
It must be so boring to do all that jargon.
Well, then they're also acting. So they're not just saying the words.
Right.
It's heightened. They're speeding.
We need 3
they're
cc's
crying.
of chloroform
Yes.
over here. Stat.
Oh,
Do
you think when real doctors watch those shows, they're like, that would never happen?
Yes, they do. Because I watch a lot of that shit with nurses, and they're like, ain't nobody putting a needle there.
Yeah.
Like, that's not happening.
So,
we don't put a dried needle in the neck.
Right.
It's like, what?
Something else I really love is, I don't know why this is all coming back to me, but I love in movies where somebody has to go undercover at a strip club or a bar, they always have that little wig on.
The little
blue bob. The little
as
pink
a stripper.
bob.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Did we
the
talk about this?
Natalie Portman
We
in
did.
Closer.
Sorry, we already talked about it.
No, but it's like the Run Lola Run. It's the Mila Jovovich. It's like the cunty, colorful bob.
Yes, and you come in and you go, Detective Starling.
Yeah.
We're looking for Stephanie Michaels.
Also
and
known
she
as
goes,
Sunrise.
Oh, do you mean Sunset.
Yeah,
She used to come around here, but haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah,
she owes me $20.
Yeah, last I heard, she was dead in a dumpster wearing an orange wig for $27.99 from Dorothy's Boutique.
Or there's that moment where they're like denying that they know anything, and then they're like, "Look, I don't want to end up like Becky."
It's so trite.
It's so.
Get a grip. Get something new.
But girl, let me tell you, at these hotels, there's about at any given time on hotel cable, there's about a dozen channels playing Law and Order.
You know, I've never seen a full episode.
It's good. It's great. Yes, it's great to turn on.
Is all about RAPE?
It's special victims, so it's like sex crime. It's it's mostly sex crime.
Okay.
But then there's normal SVU. There's SVU,
What about
Elite
NCIS?
Continental. There's like all the different.
What about NCIS?
Well, that stands for it means never can imagine something. I don't know what it is. I think it's
CSI.
Navy. Is it Navy?
All these procedurals. Enough with the cops. Can we please mythologize some other profession for Christ's sake? Do you know what I mean?
It's naval, so it's always belly button related.
It's very focused on the midsection.
Very focused on the midsection.
No, I mean, like, enough with the cops shows. Like, can we get into like?
I want to do an episode of this where we wear those little blue and pink party pages.
No, I want you to be the hooker, and I want to be the detective.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the detective that drinks a lot, has no friends, stays up all night with one teeny light overlooking the case.
Yeah.
Stays late at the office, no lighting.
I don't know why, but Kelly Mantle's whose pod you should all listen to.
Yep.
Kelly Mantle, her acting reel came up on my YouTube recommended yesterday, and I thought, I thought I'm gonna watch it again because it's fun.
Bummer, that Eagle Heart clip gets
She's great
to.
But after you get through Eagle Heart, like I think 3 of the 5 clips are her in an alley talking about like a dead
hooker.
Yes. So it's her in an alley being like, I don't know what happened. We haven't seen Starlight in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Last I heard, she was chasing the dragon with sunshine.
Right. Yeah. And then it's like, but before you go, do you want to take a ride, sugar? It's like, she ends with the proposition.
Right. Fierce.
Good for her.
Yeah. Well,
what is it? I guess, not to comment on Kelly's aesthetic and her looks, but I love that she walks into a casting and they go, prostitute. Love it. Get you right over here.
Dead, alive, we'll figure out later.
Yeah. She can play dead or alive. Yeah. Perfect.
Damn.
Well, we got to go.
Yeah. Listen, check out Amelia Perez on Netflix.
Check out Amelia Perez on Netflix.
Goodbye.
Bye.